What's going on, everybody? Andrew Dornish from 5614 Marketing here to talk about marketing on a budget. I think people get very caught up in the aspect of event marketing is a huge budget, costs a ton of money, but we have to do it. So I'm going to come up with a couple creative ways for you to engage with your community and consumers at a lot more of a cost-effective, maybe entry-level kind of space. For this, we're going to talk about a couple different things: consistency in the events, focusing on hyper-local events, grassroots one-on-one interactions, and kind of cost-effective creativity to maximize the ROI. So first thing, working with local community and kind of community style events. I think this is very beneficial to any brand that's looking to grow. If you can get an audience where you live, where you work, organically through organic connections, I think that's number one, the best way. Word of mouth is the best way to sell things. Second way is to build a core group of audience that believes in your product, your message, and believes in the brand. If you're a consumer brand, I think farmers markets, local community events, street fairs, art festivals are all great ways to interact. One thing that I would look at for these small events is making sure that they happen once a week, once a month, or at least on somewhat of a consistent basis, and making sure that you attend every single event. Consistency is going to go a lot farther than your creativity, than your actions. If you show up every single day, you say hi to Mr. and Mrs. Smith. If you see them every single time, you see people that purchase one product every single time, or just take one free giveaway every single time. I think that helps build a stronger relationship with your community at kind of a grassroots level. Again, doesn't have to be a crazy creative space, doesn't have to be a crazy expensive. You can buy a 10 by 10 tent from Walmart, you can buy a table from Costco, you can produce a banner online, you can produce a table cover online for somewhat fairly inexpensive. It could just be your logo and a couple words saying what your product is, why it's beneficial, and who is your key consumer and who wants to purchase it. So that kind of talks a little bit about the consistency of working within your community and the creativity part. Focusing on authentic engagements with the consumer, I think, is the second most important thing. Creating a real interaction, a real relationship with the people that you're selling to, especially at the entry level, is more important now than ever. You can ask them for feedback, or you can ask them for critical feedback. You can test different products through them. You can engage with them. Like I said, if you're going to be attending a farmer's market every single week, you can interact with them every single week. Again, really growing that relationship. So, from while you're getting your name, your product out there, you're also growing relationships within your local community to help improve your product while providing a benefit to the consumer that you're engaging with. So that's a little bit about authentic. Be real, be vulnerable, be willing to ask questions. Why do you not like certain things? Why did you not purchase again this week? What kind of feedback can you provide me? What did you like, not like? Have you seen us anywhere else? Kind of use them as a test group. Have you seen us on social media if you're running ads? Have you seen us on local TV if you're running local TV spots, radio, whatever you happen to be pushing as far as media? Hey, have you seen us anywhere else? Where have you seen us? Is a great way to interact with your audience. Again, growing that one-on-one connection is the most important thing. Having that core group of people that you can tap back into for questions, fixes, and feedback goes kind of beyond what a traditional event is designed to do, as opposed to, get this in your hand, try it now, buy it later, or get it in your hand now, buy it now. When you're small, trying to use these spaces as multiple levels, passing out product, getting feedback, growing your community, growing your core group of audience for feedback is super important. I kind of already talked a little bit about cost effectiveness and creativity. I kind of went through the basic setup, right? 10 by 10 tent, table covers, pull up banner. If you want to be word heavy, and then whatever kind of you're sampling and what's needed to sample that. I Do you need buckets for coolers for product to keep it cool? Do you need baskets to kind of section off your different flavors that you have? Do you need what are some of the basic things? And then on the other side of creativity, when you're working with some of these or going to some of these smaller grassroots events, sidewalk chalk, what can you do on the sidewalks with chalk? What can you do with blackboards? What can you do to help entertain kids, dogs? Depends on what your core beliefs are as a company are, but there's so many different ways that you can interact and ingrain yourself into the community at this level, especially through the creativity of your assets and what kind of environment that you want to provide. Music, do you play some music when you're there, or do you kind of focus on the one-on-one interaction, the talking, the interaction that you have with your consumers? And then last but not least, kind of using all of this to maximize your return on investment is very important, especially as a small company. As you're kind of starting out, you kind of need these events to be more than just handing out product. You need them to be a focus group. You need them to be a soundboard. You need them to be a growth hack into growing your community and key audience. You need it for exposure. You need it for content. You need it for ingraining yourself into the community, meeting more people, involving your product. So there's just so many different things and so many different benefits to a small brand going to these smaller, niche-ish neighborhood events, street festivals, farmers markets, that you can really grow your audience, creating a solid base for future growth and involvement in the community. So it doesn't have to be a big budget. You don't have to spend $1 million to be impactful in your community. You can do it at a small level by being consistent, focusing on hyper-local events with a high impact, one-on-one communication, being authentic, and cost-effective creativity to help grow your brand within your community and make an impact where you live, where your business is based out of. My name is Andrew Dornish, 5614 Marketing. Enjoy the rest of your day. Like, comment, subscribe. Shoot me a DM, drop a comment below. Would love to hear from you and what you think. Have a great day.